So let's talk about teachers finally at their breaking point. Dateline, Virginia, earlier this week, cops were called to Ripon Middle School, where a teacher was charged with assault and battery for throwing her shoe at a student last month. Investigation went on to find that the teacher, you just picture this in the hallway. There's the teacher. She's talking with the student. He's 11 years old. 11 years old. That tells us enough already. He's probably a smart mouth. They're in the hallway. At one point, she allegedly removed her shoe and threw it at the student, striking him in the hand. Now, first and foremost, I'm not advocating violence in any way. And I know there are plenty of parents that would say, "Don't you dare hurt my little Johnny or Susie. They would never do anything to warrant you throwing a shoe at them." Are you kidding me? Kids today, have you walked into any middle school or high school lately where hearing the F-bomb dropped by students is commonplace and often they're not punished? Back in our day, you wouldn't have thought of doing that, right? You would have gotten the guillotine. You would have gotten off easy by a shoe being thrown at you. This is the dumbest. The fact that she was arrested and charged. I can remember back in the day, I grew up in Kokomo, just north of Indianapolis. There was a teacher, a legendary teacher. She would actually change out of her high heels into running shoes anytime she had to paddle a student, which would take place in the hallway, hand to God. And she would make a joke out of it. I remember seeing it. I remember actually seeing her doing that. And another time, I remember seeing a teacher, this is back when paddling was allowed in school. I'm walking down to the nurse's office or something, and I glance into our library, had big glass windows so you could see from the hallway. There's our math teacher. He's got one of the worst students. The kid's bent over, and this teacher paddles him, gives him 3 whacks, and this teacher's swinging for the fences. I mean, it's not a little tap. The kid probably, I'm guessing, left pretty good bruises on the bottom. 317-921-1045. I want to hear from you, though, because I know this, again, back in our day, what did your teacher do, or what do you remember, something that took place in school that wouldn't happen today, especially when it came to something like this?